Okay. So following Yeshua in a local assembly, I like that phrase. Following Yeshua in the local church. Following Yeshua in the local synagogue, in the local assembly. Okay. When we hear the phrase following Yeshua, we don't tend to associate it with the church for some reason. And I think that's the work of the enemy. And another way to say this, you have today in fractured Christianity, people who arbitrarily make a fight where there shouldn't be a fight, and they say, I side with the Gospels. And you have other people who say, I side with the epistles of Paul. In other words, you hear them say, I side with the idea of following Yeshua in ministry and discipleship. I side with the church and elders and authority. And okay, like there's this tension. There's a tension that ought not be there. There's a tension that ought not be there. And I like this verse, following Yeshua in a local assembly. So the call, I want to touch on the cost of commitment, the commitment to follow Yeshua in a local assembly. So the costs of discipleship are incurred because of the commitment that you make to Messiah. Costs, we talked a little bit about costs. These costs will come first from a commitment to follow the Messiah. And I want to talk about, just very quickly, two costs. The costs that come from the commitments that you make to Yeshua the Messiah. One, Yeshua is my master who owns my property. Okay, so that's one commitment that you make as a follower of Yeshua. Yeshua is my master who owns my property. This would include my family, my life, and my external possessions, okay, or even resources. Not mine anymore.
Yours.
Yeshua's. It belongs to Yeshua. And then the second commitment, and Yeshua has brought me into a spiritual family that I both must be supported by and must support. These two commitments are going to kind of ground the life of a disciple. The one, everything that is me and is to me is no longer to me, it's the Messiah's. Okay? And two, the Messiah who has received me, and you can even think of it as steps. After the Messiah has received me in all that I am, he has now placed me. He has changed my location. I am now part of a spiritual family. And he says, the place that I've put you, okay, the spiritual family that I brought you into, you have to be supported by it, and you also have to support it. Right? That should be pretty clear. GoPro, stop recording.